Yo, Rumeal here. Welcome to another episode of Inebriated Podcast. Back for another week. Got the homies with me. Shad and Smilez are back again.
Yeah.
What's good, my boys?
Good, good.
Yeah, I didn't have time for like immaculate intros because we know Josh got to leave. You know, y'all got to leave early, so we're gonna give the people the best that we can in a short amount of time, but we can get it done. You know.
Yeah, you know, we out here grinding in the streets. You know
that's the best part of being professionals, anyway. This is my first time seeing these guys since December.
Yeah.
Yeah, in December.
Physical, like we all in the same room. Yeah.
We did 2 shows together since then.
Yeah, we ain't been in the room.
Yeah, but we didn't finally got together.
And
man.
then I'm gonna see you again in 24 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that too. I might have to push that back.
Oh, no worries.
I'll tell you why off, but I have to push that back. I just want to go ahead and get started. If that's cool with y'all?
Yeah, let's go and get
but
to
first
it.
of all, how are y'all?
Oh, I'm good. You know, I almost cried because I tried to serenade to Shad in the car, and he just like blew me off.
This fool keep doing it, and it's the most cringe activity. Cause he know me before anything. I'm focused. Like my mind is horse blinded. I put my earbuds in. I got my Jadakiss or somebody in. This fool start messing with me, and I'm like, really, bro?
But I
he had a song ready, and I was like,
yeah, it's like he had the
I officially don't like this song.
Yeah, he was pre-warned on Twitter. I was like, hey, I already got the song next time I see Shad in the car.
But why are you serenading my dude?
Because I know it freaks him out.
Oh,
yeah,
it
gets on me. It gets on me.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I know it makes him uncomfortable, like
I'm just like
stop singing songs that men are supposed to sing to women
please.
Towards me as a man.
If you got something to tell me, this ain't the way.
It was the Nelly Ride With Me remix. I wanna go where we can go.
And I was just like,
I've been upset for that. I've been upset for that song selection.
Me too. I was like, first of all, I don't like this song. Second of all, I don't like that you doing this to this song.
But I'm comfortable enough to accept this every day because, like I tell niggas all the time, I ain't met a nigga yet that can talk me out my sweats. So, and it kind of takes me to like the double bun Burger King ad for Friday month.
Yeah,
bruh. That's the funniest shit I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
at the tops and the bottom.
And like in Germany or some shit, like
Belgium, Austria or something.
Yeah.
They had a burger with 2 tops and they had a burger with 2 bottoms.
Yeah.
I think that works out fine. Bare minimum,
which one are you?
Bare minimum, you should just think that is funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's funny to me because how bad of a miss that was.
Yeah.
For burger. Like you missed on that so bad. Like, bro, just paint your bags, your cartridges, what you put the fries in.
Yeah, like the rainbow color and be done with it.
Yeah, just do that. You know what I'm saying? Prime up with a promo code for 15% off and shit like that. I don't know, but
15% off.
Yeah, because a couple of the gay and lesbian homies that I saw, they were like, y'all tried. It was a miss because like 2 tops and 2 bottoms, they don't go together. Like just keep the top and the bottom. That's the whole point.
You need a power top and a soft bottom.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Right.
So, but I ain't gonna get too far. But I just thought that was some of the funniest shit that I seen this week. Bare minimum. I want to jump into a couple things.
Didn't know how it worked.
They didn't.
They didn't.
They missed the mark. Like that's why you need people in those rooms that can put you on to situations like that ain't just like the Walmart Juneteenth thing. Like that ain't the move. Like just because you put Africa on a plate don't mean I'm gonna eat off of it, dog. I don't even like paper. Food don't taste the same on paper plates in my opinion.
Right.
That's just me though. But finals going on pretty much like almost like right now.
Yep.
But you see what we're doing. We're getting this shit done. Really don't give a two fucks about who wins the finals, if I'm being honest. It just makes It makes Sports Talk TV
I don't care about what they say.
It makes it that much worse. I was watching a YouTube show like Sports. I think it was Dreamer Sports Pro, I think it's called. And he was talking about today, like because he was talking about the CJ, JJ, and Stephen A. Smith moment. He was talking like, where is sports talk media going? I was like, bro, I've been talking about this for a year now. Like we know sports talk media is trash. Like from top to bottom, it's trash. Like if you really sit back, because like I lost my job, so I had plenty of time to assess this shit 5 days a week during, you know what I'm saying, my job search and whatever else I had going on. It's the same topics asked 3 different times in a 2.5 hour segment.
Yep. And because I've got who I was talking to about it recently. I was like, damn, when I was in high school and college, I ate all that shit up. I used to wake up to Mike and Mike because I loved me some Mike and Mike, and then head straight into First Take with Stephen A. and Skip. I used to just sit there and listen like, I didn't really used to listen to 3-4 hours of the same shit.
Thing. Think about this shit
all day long.
And that's another problem too, is that it's too much of it. Because think about it. When you wake up in the morning, like you said, they used to have Mike and Mike. Then Mike and Mike, before there was the Get Up, it was just a morning sports center.
Mm-hmm. That's just what I was about to say.
The morning sports center
wake up about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just straight sports center, and they gonna have the same guys on there. You didn't have Fox Sports 1. You didn't have none of that.
Nope.
I bet the closest you had, I can't think of the channel.
After the morning
like
sports
NBA
center,
TV.
NBA TV was, but you had to have a certain cable package to have NBA TV. So you went from that. You went from the morning sports center to, it used to be Cold Pizza, First and 10, then became First Take. After that, it was the afternoon sports center, which pretty much whatever said the morning sports center said, the afternoon said. Then in the afternoon, it was just more sports center. Like you might have had NBA.
They just recap.
Yeah, they had another recap show, and then they had the final sports. Then they might have a game, and then they had late night sports center. Now you got Mike and Mike not there anymore.
Nope.
Then you got Max, Keyshawn, and Jay Will.
Yep.
Get Up.
Yep.
First Take, Sports Center. Then on the other end, Fox Sports, you got First Things First, Skip and Stephen A. I mean, Skip and Shannon.
Yep.
Cowherd.
Yeah, I'm about to say Cowherd.
Speak for Yourself. All of that's running simultaneously.
Yeah. Like they back to back, and they all morning shows.
Yep.
Basically saying the same shit.
Yep.
So you're hearing the same shit 4 to 6 hours. No, actually, you're hearing it for damn near 10, 12 hours a day.
The basic script is this. You got just like basic literature. You got a protagonist and an antagonist. And that's all they doing. It's basically one is on one side, one is on the other. And they do this. And it's always funny because you catch them on social, they're like, oh, man, I don't mean that dumb stuff I've been saying all day.
We know that.
And I was like, we know. It's entertainment.
Like today, Bleacher Report put a video of LeBron shooting with his sons in the driveway. I put under the comments on Bleacher Report, LeBron shoots with his sons in the driveway. How will this affect his legacy? Next on Undisputed. And like folks are just dying laughing at they coming, but we know that's coming.
Yep. They're going to talk about it tomorrow.
I think why he did it, because I totally forgot that movie came out on Netflix.
What?
Oh, the one with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That came out today, and I was like,
oh, okay. Promotion.
I said, LeBron. He said, oh, remember me? If y'all looking at me right now, remember I got a movie out right now with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Dude is the biggest draw in basketball. Like, first, Undisputed should name their show We Talk LeBron.
Yeah. It's like, my man been on vacation, and he's still been talking about every day.
They talk about the Lakers every single day, and the Lakers ain't been in playoff contention since mid-April.
Man, they was talking about that. Coach hired, like, I was like, we ain't gonna know what happens until next season, bro.
Which reminds me, when I saw AD like with somebody on Instagram yesterday, I meant to send the shot because I was like, why am I mad that I see AD just having fun? Nigga, you need to be in the gym.
You need a main one rehabbing, making sure he don't get hurt.
Everything is Russ' fault. From him, he could just post on Instagram, me and my kids, oh, you should be shooting.
Man, I was just about to say, dog, they blame, look, when Russ is averaging triple doubles, nobody says a word. But then they start doing this to him.
Bro, it went so bad to where I think Skip said that he didn't even think Russ was a Hall of Famer. Like, dog, chill out.
The man broke records and everything.
Anybody can say something. That's why I just, when I see them clips on social media, I just say, anybody say goofy shit nowadays.
Yeah. Like, cause check me out. All right, so he broke like the triple double record. Like he done did that multiple times. And then when people was doing that, that's why I said they get quiet. But then they have to think of something. What about his efficiency?
I come from an era. I come from an era of basketball where nobody gave a fuck about efficiency.
Exactly.
Like Kobe is my favorite player of all time. Like my 3 favorite players of all time is Shaq, Kobe, and Tim Duncan. Like those are my 3 guys. Like them niggas don't give a fuck about efficiency.
Exactly.
Did I make enough shots to win
the game? Yep. Are we going to the finals in the postseason?
Kobe got plenty 9 of 27 games.
Yeah.
9 of 21.
Like when we talked about that 81-point game, we look back, we was like, you would think that they won by way more than they did. I think it was like, what, 19 points or something like that?
Yeah.
But that was after being down 19 at the half.
Yeah, exactly.
like, I don't give a fuck about efficiency if you win.
Yeah.
Like none of that shit matter. Look.
Like they tried to get on Jason Tatum the other day. They're like, oh, he was with like 7 for 21 or some shit. But they're like, but he also had like other stats. He had the rebounds and he had the assists. But he was 9 for 21.
But when I break stuff down to people like this, I'm like, check me out. Somebody tried to tell me that shooting like above, like over 35% ain't good. I said
35% from where?
From anywhere.
Shooting over 35%?
Yes, from anywhere, like overall.
You have to shoot over 35% to actually be in the game.
There you go. So I was explaining this to them because I think they were talking about Jay Crowder. And this is when Jay Crowder was like shooting fairly decent. I was like, he's averaging like 33, 35% from the field. It's actually pretty good. He's like, no, it's not. I was like, I know highlights have ruined it. Y'all. You know my favorite thing to say on Twitter is the eye test be fucking y'all up. Mm-hmm. Because I know the highlights show. Steph Curry ain't making 50, 60%, bro. He's probably averaging like 40.
That's
at the best, at his best.
If you shoot 40% from 3, you damn not getting the max.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, there's no question you damn
35, 30 keeps you from being unemployed or going to Europe. Mm-hmm. And I had to explain that. I was like, I don't think y'all understand that if you shoot below 20, you all the way you the 12th man. You come out when Luka has a knee sprain. That's where you come in.
or you come out to rebound for him.
Yeah, that's about it. You are not touching that ball for real.
KD said the coldest, who is very efficient from the field. We just talked about it. KD said numbers and parlays have fucked up y'all mindset. Mm-hmm. To my opinion, sports media and the overindulgence in analytics fucked up the game.
And we see this stuff we talked about like after we recorded our episode.
Oh yeah,
analytics, like it lies to you. That's the reason. Like I don't want to call out my own team like that, but that's what messes up a certain team in Dallas. He really does. No, I'm serious. Like Mark Cuban does not hide that he's looking at a piece of paper.
If you think about it, right? Everybody thinks that it's only one way to win now, and that's the Golden State way, right? Mm-hmm. People don't understand, even when KD Golden State hit more 2s than 3s, yep. The basic form of basketball is always going to be more 2s than 3s. I'm tell you why? Because less motherfuckers can shoot like Steph than they can make a layup. When you start playing basketball, whether you at 4 or 5 years old, 10, 12, 15, whenever you start playing basketball, any coach with decency and common sense is going to tell you the closer you make it to the basket, that's what they're going to teach you your first shots. You're going to learn how to shoot right-hand layups, left-hand layups, free throw line down. Then you're going to go perimeter. Even if you go, you might, before you even go perimeter, you're going to hit free throw line to free throw line. Hit them corners. Hit them sides. Remember the game? I don't know what y'all called it, but remember the game Around the World?
Yeah, it's called Around the World.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I looked at y'all once you said Around the World, I was like, it's called Around the World.
Niggas will remix the name now. Yeah. But when you play Around the World, where you hit shots from? Every spot on the court.
Yeah. Yep.
Nigga, if you shot completely 3s, bro, you are not playing in a game at no level if all you do is think you're going to be able to shoot the 3. That shit's just not going to happen because guess what? You ain't going to get open for a 3 every time. Yeah. And what happened with basketball now is that GMs start believing this goofy shit that 3s are worth more than 2s. Yeah. So now you see guys passing up layups to shoot 3s. Mm-hmm. And they be horrible because analytics is built off 3 niggas.
Again, a stupid team in Dallas.
It just started in Dallas.
No, I'm talking about like they still live by analytics. Because, like, there's been plenty of games, dude, you could have sealed up the game right there. Matter of fact, we just saw a prime example of it. Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that was we was talking about my group chat. Of course, everybody was talking about like the shot selection. I thought it was not the best shot because he had Al Horford backpedaling. He could have at least got another dribble and got an 18-footer and tied that thing. Yeah. Or he could have went straight to the rim at Al Horford, who probably, let's be honest, is not the the Al Horford he used to be, or that type of dude anyway. Mm-hmm. So he probably would have 16 seconds. He probably would have panicked and either fouled or like, damn, I don't know how many fouls he got. He might give up a layup. Like you said, you got a bunch of time left on the clock. Yeah. 16 seconds is a world of time. All you had to do was, did they have a timeout?
They took one.
Oh, Kyle Lowry fucked that time up when he tried to force a foul and failed. Yeah. So now, even if you got 16 seconds left, pull it out, get you a good pick and roll with Bam. You got the lane. The Celtics ain't got. If Robert Williams not in the game, ain't no shot blocking unless it's over the top.
He did. Kalo messed up twice. He fell twice. I was like,
because I missed the game and Shad had called me. Was like, no, I need you to watch this game. He's like, so you can see this bullshit.
Not only was it that shot, there was a lot of missed calls. Like basically, I don't know what they paid the refs.
He was awful.
Them guys were missing a lot of calls, and they only wanted to call stuff when it looked like the Heat were about to come back. When it looked like it was really close. And they was about to go past the C's. Mm-hmm. Them whistles started blowing. I was like, "Are you serious?"
And even the Jason Tatum hype is out of control. Yeah. Like Jason Tatum's hype rose because they beat Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like there's no Grant. Have he put on some? He's been exactly what Jimmy Butler has been in these playoffs prior to losing. His highs is high, but his lows is low.
And I'm the only one calling because I'll be like, man. Honestly, how the Celtics won that game. I like JT had a bad game. Did you see that? And then all of a sudden, like I was telling him that I was like, they shouldn't have won that game. Miami should have won that game. He was
that's what you.
That's why I was telling him. I was like, watch this.
It's close. Like everybody, like if they predicted him to win Finals MVP, but Jaylen Brown is right there.
Yeah, I was about to say
Jaylen Brown has the matchup. Like for Golden State, the key to the Golden State win is Andrew Wiggins. He's the all-star.
And he's going to be the Finals MVP if they win.
The all-star fourth option.
I think so, too. Now, from the games I have watched, he been going off.
Depends on what he do these next 4 games. Right now, it's set up perfectly to go to Steph. Perfectly.
You think this is going to be his year if he wins?
They ain't got no choice. From a narrative standpoint, even because let's be real, the first performance, Iggy wouldn't. That wasn't Iggy's. I love Iggy in his defense, but that wasn't his.
I thought it was gonna be Steph that year, and they ended up giving it to Iggy. And then KD, of course, he deserved that
one. Even though Steph averaged 28, 7, and 6, it's kind of like the 2002 Lakers. Yeah. Like Shaq had 30, Kobe had 28. Like it's the same type deal, but you give it to the person who numbers are slightly better.
Mm-hmm. If they keep going off, the only surprise Finals MVP, and this would just make me laugh, improve, and just talk shit to everybody. If Jordan Poole messed around and won Finals MVP, if he did that, I'll be like, I told y'all he was cold.
If he didn't flop in game 1, we might be talking about something.
Yeah, but I'm going by game 2 and tonight and on forward.
Okay, because a lineup change can't help. Because Iggy had no shot until Steve Kerr took David Lee out. Mm-hmm. If people thinking that was the greatest move of all time, no, David Lee just wasn't he had a foot speed to stick with LeBron on switches. That was it. They can go small because
man, I have it's funny. David Lee was so good in that regular season, they took him out the postseason. I was geeked when he came to Dallas. I'm thinking, at least give us regular season David Lee. At least give us that.
Shit, Duncan Robinson the same way.
Man.
Miami didn't play him. Should have.
The dumbest move they did in that last game, that game 7, was Tyler Hero won 100%. They put him in for 15 seconds. Took him out.
Yep.
It was so stupid.
Nigga ain't Willis Reed? What the fuck? Lakers got their new coach, Darvin Ham. Russ was at the press conference.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith hated it for some strange ass reason because the Lakers spun about trading Russ. goofy shit per usual. Back to what we was originally talking about, how terrible sports talk media. It's just background noise for most of us at this point in time. But they did hire my dog, UNC alum Rasheed Wallace as
my man. She
looking forward to that. It's gonna be a wild season, boys.
I keep telling y'all, he gonna be cussing out the opponents. He gonna be wild. I'm like,
they just brought him in.
Luka?
They just brought him in for shit talking.
I know.
Shit talking and toughness. Like, even though he had a phenomenal skill set, but shit talking and toughness is what they brought that nigga in for.
Yeah.
Like, no less, no nothing else. He can. I wouldn't be surprised if like Lakers and Rasheed Wallace part ways in a couple months. I wouldn't be surprised by that because that's just what he mellowed out a lot, but that's what they pretty much brought him in for.
Yo.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, LeBron's early Cavs days. I hate to publicly say like him and Ben Wallace is my two favorite players around that time because I just love defense. I was like, I used to love you some Rasheed Wallace.
That's why Detroit won. Other than like the Lakers' chemistry was straight. Poop.
Yeah, because
Karl Malone was out. You know, we had to depend on niggas like Kareem Rush to hit shots. Like, nah, fam. Like, Luke Walton won this game too, even though we had to go to overtime for that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, after they figured
That's
out.
the only ring he ever deserved. The rest of them is like, I don't even think Luke Walton played in them games.
In the finals? In the 08 and 09? I mean, 09, 2010?
Yeah,
he was in there.
He was in there a little bit.
he just became
I'm talking about like
an assistant or something, didn't he?
He gonna keep a job.
Probably going back to Golden State. Like,
I think he just became an assistant for the Cavs or something.
Because
Yeah.
Lakers let 3 assistants go. Cool with that.
I'm mad because Igor is about to leave. He just got here, and they finna. I think he going to. I forgot where they said he was going to LA or something.
Mike Brown got his own team now. He got effed over in LA, but that's a different discussion. Speaking of like new additions and shit like that, like Aaron Donald got a fat ass new contract.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp just read up earlier.
Oh, he did? Okay. Nice.
No, the Nets.
An extension, 78.5 M's over the next 3 years.
Okay, nice.
Cooper Kupp.
I think what's gonna happen with Igor though, he might take over for Nash. At this point, like I was like, as much as I love Steve Nash, the player, I was like, he didn't show me nothing.
Didn't like him as a player, but some of it wasn't his fault per se. Now I would say because he had no idea that Kyrie was gonna pull.
Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah,
any of the stuff that he's done the last couple of years. Like he didn't know. Like he didn't know Kyrie was gonna get hurt the first year. It was just gonna be KD and the Durant's pretty much at that point.
Yeah, and the James Harden experience is gonna be
before the
filled.
season. For the season, I was like, this is easy money. I take this job too.
Like he didn't know.
What do you have to do? You don't really have to do
anything.
You got 3 stars.
He didn't know about the James Harden shit. He definitely didn't know about Ben Simmons got sold, which was fucked up because, and that's another knock on sports media too. Like the nigga told y'all he couldn't play.
Yeah.
The doctors came out and said he has to get an epidural. What the fuck did you think that this nigga was gonna do if he has to get an
epidural?
I only heard of pregnant women getting epidurals.
Yeah, because they say like you gotta sit straight, you can't move like at all. Like if you like women fuck their backs up.
And he had a herniated disc. They was like, well, what'd he do to get a hernia? That ain't none of your goddamn business. And for y'all to come out and say he weak and all that type shit, like, dog. Nobody apologized to this nigga though. Like we was wrong. Like no, nobody stepped up and be like, you know what? We was wrong.
The only thing I didn't like is that he kept lying, telling me he was gonna play.
He didn't say that.
Yeah,
because his agent is like, hopefully he plays in like a month or so.
Yeah, but what was it? I forgot what game it was against the Seas before they got knocked out.
Nets did that shit.
Yeah, they kept saying he was gonna play. And then they had him in that layup line, passing the ball. And I'm like, this dude ain't playing.
If you looked at
then all of a sudden he went back and he was like, he didn't play.
If Ben Simmons, I thought he was gonna play when after they beat Philly. I thought he was gonna be like, you know what? Let's get him in here. Yeah, we got him here. He know a little bit. He know our system well enough.
Minute restriction.
Up. Let's go ahead and get him in. Well, when that didn't happen, and then the news came out and said that he had back issues. As a nigga who didn't play at the highest level of basketball, I did have a back issue. Had a sprained muscle in my back my junior year. I woke up and couldn't walk. Oof. Like I had to get help to the car, helped in the ER, and they said you got 2 choices. You can take these pills or we can give you a shot in the ass and you'll be back on your feet. They gave me a shot in the ass and it still took me a couple of days to get back to where I could actually do the movement. Even, let's just say Ben Simmons would have got out there and played, right? The nigga has 0 lateral movement. he can only go this way. Basketball, you got to be able to make directional changes.
Yeah.
This nigga can go. He can't bend down. It's all up and down. It's straight up and down. That's not good for anything.
Ain't good for nobody.
Fuck his back up even worse.
Then what? Now you out for another year.
Yep.
Yeah, the narrative's gonna start again. He's not trying to play. He doesn't want to play. Why is he doing this? Yeah, then that's basically a storyline for the morning.
Yep.
The worst thing that has happened, the best and worst thing that happened to sports talk media is athletes have gotten to the point where they figured out that they can start their own platforms. All the smoke,
love it,
and
knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads predated all the smoke, of course.
Yeah. I am athlete,
and now the pivot.
I love the pivot.
They've all figured out like, hey, these
What's my boy?
We can talk about ourselves.
Old man in the 3.
JJ Redick, old man.
Yeah,
I like JJ Redick.
And you got Draymond show, and then you got KD on and off show with the et cetera. He does it when he feel like it.
Yeah.
But they figured out like, hey, even Pat McAfee to another extent too. Like,
I like Pat McAfee because
that was one hell of a performance at WrestleMania, and 2, I really like listening to him now, knowing he gonna be on SmackDown. The crazy part about it, like, he's entered that list of people for me. Like, it's like Snoop, Mike Tyson, Shaq, of people who enjoy doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Like when I seen Pat McAfee wrestling, I'm like, this is a childhood dream that he always wanted to do. Like when I seen Shaq at 49 get put through a fucking table, like, dog.
Like he was at the last WrestleMania that was here. He wrestled in that one. This goes back to what I talked about on the podcast. Shaq just be here doing shit.
Yep.
Shaq just be here doing shit.
He just be here.
He comes to Dallas and like, what can I do today?
What's something fun I want to do?
Interesting. Oh, I'll wrestle Big Show at WrestleMania tonight.
Who gonna tell him no?
Nobody.
Right, because I heard Channing talking about when he showed up for the pivot. He's like, big ass nigga came in. We eating in a restaurant. Everybody want to flock to him. And they stopped doing what they're doing. And I'm like, fuck this big ass nigga. He's like, that's how when we started the episode. Why he was getting on me off rip, because he's like, I started scoring on him before he even recorded. Because it's like, y'all been into for this big ass nigga. Like, fuck this nigga. Like,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and we talked about this last time. Like everybody, like even this just dropped before we came up in here. Like even Young Miami has a podcast show now on Revolt.
She does.
Like,
yeah,
I thought you saw it. You didn't see it
with the same aesthetics of every other new or podcast that's out. Like I told y'all, I'm not all too keen.
We're not even a fan of her raps. Why would we want to hear her talk?
Carisha Poker.
Yeah, it's called Carisha Please. So you already know
the same thing named after like her candles and all that stuff like that.
Puffy is the first guest.
Of course.
Of course.
I gotta give it
that was
to
a shoulder tap right there.
But of course, they're not gonna give us what we want to hear.
Yeah, it was like
they gonna talk about everything else.
You know what's crazy?
But
the same thing happened to Carisha Please. Gonna be the same thing that I don't know about y'all, but I fucking called with the Justin show.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna last long.
It's gonna get them couple episodes that's gonna pop and blow up.
Nah, we know Justin. Justin
Puffy been trying to LeAngelo ball us with
Justin Combs. And we just be like,
dog, we don't want it.
We don't.
Cause I think we talked about it. It was like, why is he doing this?
Let that nigga do all the dancing that he want to do, and
let him be in the background of them Drewski videos and everything else. Let him just be a celebrity kid.
He is not a personality. He is not a rapper. He's not an entertainer. Dog, it's cool.
Just be you.
Let that nigga make
You got Quincy and Christian, bro. We good.
Yeah.
We good.
Let that nigga be an exec at Revolt or Combs Enterprises, whatever the fuck Puff is calling it these days. Shit, you just got a new deal with who? Was it Motown?
Assign him to be Bow Wow's manager.
That's what I'm saying. Put them together. You know
let him be a jazz prince, man. Let him go find some talent, dog. Like he ain't got to be in front of our face. It's cool.
Because it really does get annoying. Because it's like, okay, when he can't, like I said, Christian, King Combs, he models, he raps. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But he's entertaining.
Yes.
It's like Mace type raps.
He really is baby Puffy.
It's Mace type melodic lazy rap. It's
like,
all
but it's like, okay, cool. Quincy, he act, do what he do.
Yeah, and sing his ass off and all that.
Look like Al B showing they you know.
Again, entertaining. You get to Justin.
You got a restaurant named after you, dog.
And he shut down. I actually love Justin.
And it's like, my sports career didn't work out, so I'm just going to try to do this.
I'm just going to be
you
whatever.
You waking it up in the Get Loose video, dog. Like, that's your calling right there. Be a choreographer. Do something.
Justin's restaurant was clean. I went to the one in Atlanta.
Shit, Lorianne is your daddy's homegirl. Boom, cat that shit out, dog. Yeah. Fuck that shit.
You got a many of options.
Damn it, bro. You can do
But you bothering us. You know what I'm saying?
But the number one option is you ain't got to do shit.
Yeah.
Because you Puffy, son.
Mm-hmm. Even your sisters be doing it.
Right.
Even the girls are fucking top-notch models.
Yeah.
Right.
But they got a podcast and everything, too.
The girls?
Yeah, they do like little thing where they do like little videos and YouTubes and things like that.
Mm-hmm. But that Young Miami shit not gonna last long. Because it's a couple things that's working against.
You're gonna get
I'm trying to hold.
We're gonna get a 8-episode first season and that's it.
Because you know how I feel about Carisha.
It's the three things that's working together. So one, you got to go on tour.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
shit.
like y'all have to drop your album.
Yeah.
Two, this podcast shit is not as easy as you think it is.
And when she get that backlash.
3, interviewing guests ain't as glamorous as that shit, but it's probably gonna be like her friends and shit like that. Nobody super serious, nothing like that. And 4, Puff can leave you at any day. And if that nigga leave, the revolt deal is gone.
I'm more happy for my boy Fat Joe.
Yeah, got
I'm
that
happy for him.
That Stars deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how many shots is Fat Joe gonna get though?
As many as he won't.
How many? This is how many shows it is for him now?
This is basically like the same show he been doing.
It just keep evolving.
Coco Vision was one.
Yeah.
Right. Then he had like a.
This is basically the Joper show. Okay. He's just doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he like really just started after doing all them the review episodes after the battles.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Fat Joe talk all that time though.
He's more of a great interview.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's an interview, not an interviewer. It's different. It's different.
I was like, him on the interview saying it's all right.
Fat Joe, if you can keep getting goddamn pop flies, dog, keep hitting that bitch, dog.
But this is the thing though. You always gotta think about it, like he's still a big enough name to where he can get like the good people. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason why it's like interesting. But other than that, like, is he interesting per se? Nah.
And then one thing that just get me with all these celebrities getting their podcasts is y'all can only get so many different people because y'all all do is about the same thing. Like, you just gonna talk about the same stories. You really not gonna get
Remember that one
much
time
of a difference.
At the Earth Party, yeah. It's like, okay.
If he brought in like Jadakiss and the Locks, like, y'all really gonna tell us really anything different that y'all probably already told Nori?
That's the crazy part about like some of the people that they gonna have to bring in. Like, even for Drink Champs and even our favorite podcast, like, we've heard these stories already. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't too many more stories that y'all got buried underneath that we really gonna really care about per se.
Yeah.
Not or even just interesting at this point. Like, so it's so many surprise Jay-Z moments you got left in you when you go on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sitting there like,
you know how many niggas just be sitting there like, they'd be like, what about Jay-Z? Man, I got a story about Hov.
I've been waiting for this.
Hold on. Let me pour another shot that you can tell your whole story. Like, bro, like we know that's what it's gonna be like.
Because a lot of it's just the same story, just from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now we got US. All right, tell us about the making of the King of New York.
How Dipset came about. Like, why did you go solo?
The Rockefeller deal. What was it like?
Why you ain't putting on new music? It's the same. It's gonna be a formulaic question. It's just like when you bring on the comedian now. So what do you think about Chris and Will? Mm-hmm. Like, that's gonna be. Yeah. I thought about this.
The new Chris and Will is DL and Monique.
That too. I thought about this a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't back on the mic fully. But I want to get y'all opinion because all of us are pretty much fans of the same thing. Even though we criticizing a lot of shit that's going to the podcast, that we live in this space, so we also understand like the struggles that come with even getting motherfuckers to open up to get some of these stories out, like that the big platforms probably will or won't get, depending on who we try to get in here. Like, we know they talk about like uplifting black people and giving black people a shot, but those same motherfuckers will skip over us or ignore us because we don't have anything
to get them.
We don't have any. They don't have any incentive.
No clout, no paper, no nothing.
No nothing to fuck with us. But you know what I'm saying. But we'll run their ass to Vlad or some shit like that.
Yeah, because me and Shad just talked about the other day. Like, we'll probably get to like the human aspect of like, okay, yeah, forget all that shit that's in the news. Like
what about you? You know what I'm saying? Well, speaking of that, I think I can name them. I don't give a fuck. The John Sally story I told you.
Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah, but I ain't tell it on Mike. I don't believe.
Yeah, you told me individually.
Yeah. I told y'all off mic. Yeah. So he basically like I was like there to cover the big three. I just wanted to ask him about the big three. You know, he's like the on TV guy and everything like that. Fool said, "How did I get over there?" No, the media badges were like these stickers, these really big red stickers. And he asked me that. And then he said, "Man, you got to pay me to talk to me." And when he said that, and I thought about him like divulging Kobe stories, smoking during the regular season. I'm like, I was just finna ask you for a couple minutes about what's going on in this court right here. But you spilling your guts to some random white dude.
I remember early in my podcast days, when I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like a motherfucker. I remember I asked this model, I was like, yo, would you be interested in coming on, on podcast with her? She's like, yeah, send me the compensation. I was like, shit, we'll do that over here.
Yeah.
We'll do that over here, cuz.
Yeah, I've had a couple people hit me with that. I'm like, bro. Oh, no, I'm cool then.
Good on that, dog.
Like, it was a female rapper. I guess she's kind of, I really can't even remember her name now, but I guess she's like making a name for herself here in Dallas. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be like $200-$300. Oh, well, I'm cool, boo.
We don't do that over here, cuz.
I don't know who it was.
Now, if you got like a T-shirt or something, I might be able to purchase that, but we ain't doing that over here, cuz. But
for an album.
That shit just not gonna work out, But hey, Young Miami, I hope you get it to work out. You know what I'm saying? But back to my question I had for y'all. Will the Will Smith Chris Rock conversation carry comedy like OJ and Michael Jackson did in the 90s?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But it seems like every interview, niggas, you know what I'm saying, you can see the brightness in their face when the conversation comes up.
What I think is going to happen is like right after Chris Rock finishes tour.
Yeah, that's him and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, him and Dave Chappelle. But Chris Rock been on tour.
I think it's already,
they got like a London show in like September.
Yeah, now they got a London show.
It been died down. But what I think should happen is, if they smart, but I think Will and Chris should get together and be like, yo, niggas want to hear this story. How about we package this? We shoot this shit, package this shit. Not on Red Table Talk.
Thank you. That's I was like, Rumeal read the rules. He saw my face.
There's a Red Table Talk special hosted by Will.
Because
definitely don't want no Red Table Talk.
Because it don't have anything to do with Red Table Talk. It actually ain't got nothing to do with Jada, if we're being honest. This is some Will shit. Like, let's get together. Let's package it. Let's bring in a moderator that we both fuck with, like a Dave or a Kev or a Hov or somebody like. Or somebody just got like some natural interview skills, and or just mediator skills. I'm trying to think. And
that's because I'm like, that sounds good. Yeah, like how Jamie did with Denzel.
Yeah. Something like
we need something like that.
And be like, yo, man, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get a whole bunch of like the most famous black people they know.
And like, yo, man, and if they piece up, you know what I'm saying, they can get 15, 20, 25 M's for this, and we split that shit right down the middle.
Yeah.
Or Chris, if you want, since I smacked you, shit, we can do 60-40, but shit, I'm not from the 60-40 class, because Will still is the biggest draw. That's everybody want to hear what Chris says on stage. Everybody want to know what Will's gonna say in a sit down, because one is way more insightful from that side, and Chris is better at the storytelling aspect from his side. So if you get them together,
Yeah, because we just waiting for Will to.
Y'all can promote whatever y'all need to do, like.
Because I know Jada's trying to coerce Will to do that at their house.
I don't think so.
The reason I say that, because he sent it to me.
Yeah, her most recent red
table talk. She talked about it, and I said,
but she ain't do nothing.
She trying to. Yeah.
I think I'm one of the only few Jada defenders out there. I'll defend Jada.
You must be.
I defend that because she ain't do nothing.
You said, man, Jason Leary just got you just.
She ain't do nothing.
Look at you. What did she do?
What she do?
She made a face.
Okay.
What did that face do?
Like, them niggas done been arguing.
Because this happened before. Yeah, this
they did all this shit previously, so one face ain't gonna get this nigga that amped up. Be like, you know what? I ain't never seen that face before. Nah, fam. I just don't believe that.
And that's why we got to hear from Will, because it's like, tell us what really made you want to get up. Was it the face? Or was it
for real? I've never seen it from that perspective of, because the last time they did an award show, I think it was an Oscars too.
Yeah, and he said that joke about it.
About Jada, like, it doesn't matter if you hear it, you like you don't win anything or something like that. So I was like, okay.
Like
and then they went back and forth about that many a time.
The wild part about it, like, I love Chris, but neither one of them jokes got off like that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a classic, like, but, you know, if we being fair, Ross didn't talk to Chris Rock for years either from a BET Awards joke.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get cool again until he did.
I Just Became Rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, did that. What's the difference? Well, one put hands on the nigga, but I want to know where all these traumatized fucking celebrities at with all this shit that's been going on this week. You got people in Buffalo that got shot. You got the kids. And you had, since we last had an episode, which was last week.
Literally last week.
There's been 3 more shootings, including Trouble.
It was like one in like Philly or something like that, Pittsburgh.
One in Philly. Then, of course, Trouble got killed on some bullshit.
Yep.
This morning, I got a call that 2 of my little cousins got killed from gun violence.
Okay, because I saw you tweeting about why you won't do your event.
Yeah, I'm no longer doing anything in my hometown until a serious conversation about gun violence and a solution is put to the table.
Yeah.
Because when I do my basketball camps, right, they're free. So that means it's going to be a little bit more people than it would be for a paid event. Mm-hmm. I don't live there. I don't know what these kids have going on, or adults, depending on who I'm related to or who I'm cool with, have going on. I can't put 100 kids, my sisters, my brothers, nieces and nephews, cousins, even paid security, in that type of position. Because I guarantee you, what they got on the street, the cops ain't ready for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just especially 1 or 2 cops that just sitting in the lobby watching and making sure kids don't fight.
Like, I'm just here to make a couple extra dollars afterwards.
That's it. That's all they're pretty much doing. Like, I'm related to a couple of the cops too. And like a couple of my homies that I went to high school with work for the police department. So truthfully, they police cars might be parked out there, but they hooping with the kids like I am. So they not on alert to where, like, if some shit go down, like I'm not trained to like handle a fucking shooting at a school like that. Like,
because you know niggas will pull like,
I'm about to say,
I see that nigga over there. Hey.
Because I pointed this out when I covered my first MLB series with the Mariners and the Rangers. You know what team did not have an orange shirt? Just guess. Out of those two. Oh, the Mariners had. No, I would say the Mariners had theirs. The Mariners were, I would say the Rangers.
Bro, like,
but the Rangers. Then I had to realize something. Like I tell people like about the Mariners. I was like, the same days that I was there, they had a Pride Month event in Seattle. Seattle did Black Lives Matter. And I thought about it. If y'all keep asking me why I don't really rock with the Rangers heavy like that, do you realize they have done none of this? They do not talk about any of this. And to the question of what celebrities actually talked about what happened today is it's not really a random one because he's from there. Only person been talking about this is Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, wow.
The McConnell sons.
That's it.
Bro, like
he went to the White House,
bro,
and he moved, like, he made, like...
He's from Uvalde.
Yeah. He said he took, like, this is what he said. He took his kids and his wife. He said, we going down to South Texas.
Oh, I gotta give you man some credit too. Benny, the butcher, he was on MSNBC.
He talked about
the Buffalo issue. Like, dog, like, this shit it's getting realer and realer. Like, it's getting closer and closer. Like, the excuse of this is basically it's white people's excuse. If the shit ain't happening to me, I don't give a fuck. That's pretty much how they approach.
Because I was thinking about, I actually just talked to my therapist about that earlier. She was like, one of the things that she was like, anything, I'm like, really? Like, these mass shootings, like, that's one of the things, like, there's all these mass shootings, like, from the schools to black people. I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, she's like, I know you say you, like, empathetic, so you just got to learn just not to take all that stuff in.
You're an empath, like me.
But no, this is the thing. When you said that, I looked at Josh and I said, what do I say after every situation when you see nothing happen? I'm like, people are not going to care unless it's in their house.
Yep.
If
it's not in their house or it's not happening to them, like somebody in their family that got hit, then all of a sudden it doesn't matter.
I remember I tweeted this shit years ago. I wish I could find this tweet, but when you tweet so much, you can't find some shit. I said years ago that the more shit continuously happens, the more trivial it becomes. Like it becomes a point where people think this shit is normal. Or like, whatever. Just another. It ain't me. Like when I grew up in a small town, Louisiana, you grew up in
Oak Cliff,
and you grew up in Ohio, right?
Yep, in Akron.
Did any of y'all like real life lose friends or people that you know to gun violence?
Nope.
We're all around the same age. Nope. And this is the clip. No. This is when Oak Cliff, That's My Hood was on. It had everybody scared of Dallas for like a couple years.
Yeah, but nah, me personally, nah.
Me neither. But
I knew people that got killed. But my actual like people that I can say that was my homie that hurt me, nah.
Nope. We grew up in the early mid 2000s, late 2000s, right? You know what the thing was?
But you know what's funny was, but like to bring, because I know kind of like what you about to take to. It was never at the school. It was outside things
that too
of why that happened.
But you know what else is crazy? Like, niggas wasn't even thinking about getting guns back
exactly.
then. You know what excited niggas about fights back then? Hitting niggas with brass knucks and locks.
Yep. Yeah. Putting on your...
That was it. Yeah. Like, that was the move. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard any of my niggas talking about, let's go get the Whopper and go.
Yeah.
Go get it's like, no, we about to fight. Like, at the school, or we gonna meet at a certain location.
Let me tell you the weakling thing they would do. If they know you can handle them dolo, they jump you.
Oh, yeah. Me and my family believe in overwhelming force. I'm not a fighter, but I believe in overwhelming force, 100%. Like my cousin, my cousin John, when we was in 7th, 8th grade, I can't remember which grade it was, this nigga had a fight with the same dude every day for a week straight. They just changed locations.
It was a damn series.
Like, it was. The niggas was going back and forth. Like, oh, John got that one.
This was a saga.
We won it.
They fought in front of the school.
It was the NBA Finals of fighting.
For real. It was like...
only thing that they changed was location and times. Because one time they fought before school. Another time they fought in front of the school, after school. Another time they fought after school across the street from the school. Like, dog, I was like, bro, y'all niggas ain't tired of fighting yet? My nephew had a fight with a nigga like 4 days in a row. Like, every time, like, that on-site shit was real. Like, the niggas just throwing hands every time they see each other.
Because by, like, the third one, you should kind of, like, know, like, oh, I know he like to do this. So, like, when he do that, I'm
not you studying tape.
Yeah.
But guess what? Everybody went home after that.
Yeah.
Whether you, like, most niggas used to fight in the street, and after that, they would piece it up and go home. And kids ain't going home no more.
Well, they ain't going home the way you think they going home.
They going to the maker.
Yeah,
to the guys that they believe in, but niggas ain't going home and be like, you know what? Dude got me. Like,
yeah.
That shit's sad, because, like, these kids are getting killed way younger than us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I thought being 32 was old. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't 32 or you
it depends on the aspect of 32.
If you ain't in your 30s, 32 is old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now when you get here and then you see all these kids, 16, 17, 18, either shooting up schools or getting killed, and it's like, damn, kids don't even have a shot.
Right.
And just imagine you putting all that in, you putting kids 8 to 18 in the same location for some shit like that to happen. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I was to let some shit, well, not let, but be a part of some shit like that happening. Knowing all the good, because one of my homies, when I thought about bringing it back this year, one of my homies hit me up. He was like, yo, you sure? You know, it's a lot of shit going down. I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But, you know what I'm saying? I didn't start my job in time to be able to pay for everything. So I was like, and they got a new principal, and my price had went up. So I was like, nah, all this shit is like, damn, like still got nieces and nephews that go to school down there. I got cousins like some of my older cousins can't. They ain't gonna never be the same again after losing kids. And it's sad because I can empathize to a certain degree because I don't have children, but that shit just don't, like, this is before I'm about to clock into work this morning. My sister called me and told me this. I'm like, damn, these kids, 13, 14, 15 years old, they ain't got a shot. And they was out. This is, at nighttime. Like in high school at 15, I was only focused on two things: basketball and trying to get a girl. Yep. Them the only things I wasn't focused on.
Look, I was like this. About 3 or 4 things.
That's it.
The other one was like getting the hell up out of there. Getting the hell up out of school.
I enjoyed it because guess what? If I keep go to school, I keep playing basketball. That's it.
But it's
and
cool.
Girls.
Yeah.
I ain't never wanted that. I can't wait till I'm grown shit. No,
Josh, I'm trying not to look. Josh, I'm trying to say, no, it wasn't like get one. It was how many can I get?
Yeah, I was like, when he said 3 or 4 things, I was like, it's 2 or 3 of them things all females.
Yeah, it's like, can I get one?
Lisa,
can
Marie,
I get another?
Jasmine.
I mean, my rejection in high school was like high. So so you could just zero in on one at the time.
That's why I ain't. That was say. To this day,
but then
used to it.
But then when that one, what I'm saying, give you the attention, some other ones start giving you attention as well. So that
the formula.
That balance started to shift a little bit. Then they ain't got to shit on somebody.
Real nice.
Because I told her to her face, I always feel like I missed out on Tanisha Sanders in high school.
You remember the names?
She know this?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay.
He told me he told her.
Yeah, because by senior year when she finally like broke up with old dude, and I was like, yo, let's go to homecoming together. But we had been like really good friends by then. But it's
I had to put my mic down like.
Yeah, we went to homecoming.
Tell that story.
Yep.
I ain't ready to tell that story. We all got one. I just ain't ready to tell it.
Oh man, because I was like.
But I did fumble a bad one back then.
Go ahead.
Because in high school you listen to your older homies, and they give you some fucked up advice at the time. Because like they be in different situations. Like I was cool with all the niggas that was like captains of a football team and shit like that. Like niggas who was big on campus and football and basketball. And they was like, man, you do this, do A, B, and C. And it's like, bro, this shit don't work for me. And you don't realize that until like afterwards. Like, bro, that shit didn't
they work. They had a little clout. That's why it was so simple for them.
Didn't work out.
I think that's where I messed up because I didn't have nobody older to give me the game, give me some.
You ain't want it. Like, bro, my brother told me the most fucked up shit ever.
I told you it was like the older homies and my pops. You did not want to listen to the advice that I got, and then you wonder why the things I tell you happen. I was like, no, I was not giving good advice by anybody.
Because I'm completely opposite of like most of the dudes that I've hanged with. Like. My brother told me, he was like, if you ever get a girl that's fine as fuck, dog her the fuck out. In my mind at 18, I'm like, bro, that shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
And then he was explaining, like, if she make you work for it, you dog her the fuck out because you shouldn't have to work so hard. I'm like, nigga, I don't know if that works. That don't work for me. But in true fashion, that did not work for me. I ain't dog nobody out though, but that shit that shit don't work for me.
Yeah.
Like, dog, like I don't look like Wesley Snipes, like Michael Jordan. That nigga, that ain't me. Them ain't my aesthetics, dog. Like you a nigga of the 90s with them aesthetics. The bald head, one earring type nigga. Nigga, you with the Freaknik, dog. Like them aesthetics don't work for me, man. Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm telling you though. I was giving the worst advice. And I was like, when I tell people the war story, they're like, dang, I was like, I had very bad influences. The one person, and I told you who it was, the one person who gave me actual good advice was Andrew. My actual best friend. He said, you listen to everybody but me. I was like, But I had to tell him. I was like, "Cause you wasn't hitting, bro." You know what I'm saying?
Even with all
getting it, you know, they getting it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was listening to them, and he was like,
even with all the OGs in my life.
Then I look at him now. He married.
He said, "I'm happy with a baby.
Happy, got a baby now." Like,
even with all the OGs
Could've been
in
you.
my life.
Like, right. If you would have listened to me, you could be just like me.
but you wanted all of that.
It was just bad advice, dog. But one thing though, I can say that, you know, just I don't know if y'all been through this, but I have. I don't think y'all have, but I'm probably, because all black boys have pretty much been through this. Like I seen, this ain't on the document, and just a thought that I had. Miles Turner,
Yeah,
he built that the Lego,
the Titanic.
Yeah, he has a Lego. He has a Lego fascination, basically.
Yeah.
I love to see shit like that because too many times black boys like myself get shamed out of shit that we love early on in life.
Man,
like we get told, you know, girls gonna fuck with you because you do shit like that. You fucking childish. Like niggas ain't gonna fuck with you. You gonna miss out. Like niggas even call you gay, depending on the type of shit that you might be interested in. Like niggas,
me and my dog talk about this all the time.
If you watch,
we would call this. We would call gay because we like to read.
I got shamed for reading, bro.
Yeah, it was so weird, dude.
I get shamed for reading now, bro. I got shamed. Like growing up, everybody pretty much was a Nickelodeon kid growing up.
Yeah.
Like I got shamed because I had a journal like Doug. Now niggas will tell you, or therapists will tell you, nigga, that you might need to keep a journal to write down your thoughts. What do niggas tell you when you want some dreams to come true? Write that shit down. Manifest and write that shit down. Yep. Dog, I got shamed because I had a speckled journal like Doug, writing down the shit that I felt. Like, dog, like I sit back and think about shit like, bruh, niggas really tricked us out of a bunch of joys in life. Like you had to give up cartoons.
Like my notebooks, like it would have like class notes, and then I'll have thoughts throughout the day in between them.
No, I had just like Doug, that separate dear journal type deal on its own. And
I did that for camouflage because like one time I was just writing a lot. It had nothing to do with school. I was just like, man, I said, this girl tripping.
And I kept my
think I might have to get a friend. No,
because mine would have like ideas. Because since I love cartoons and superheroes, I would write like ideas for like different, like, ooh, I'm gonna have like this show, and they gonna have like this team, like I'm gonna have like they gonna have like these type of powers.
I was writing about.
I was literally like making up my own stories for like superheroes and all that.
I was writing this shit that like Doug was talking about. His like how much he liked Pat. I was talking about like the girls that I like, like the shit that was really bothering me, like the complicated relationship that I had with my pops at the time. Even at that young age, I recognized that shit wasn't what it was supposed to be. And like niggas would go look for my shit, read it, and laugh at me. Like, dog, that's some foul shit, dog. But like we get, and guess what? Shit like that. Like I remember when SpongeBob came out, I got shamed because I was watching SpongeBob. Bro, I was 9.
I'm about to say, my little brother was like 3 or 4. He loved it. And he does now. Like we both still think it's funny.
Like I fuck with that first SpongeBob movie. Like now it's easy to say that because we grown, but like a lot of memes come from that era of the shit that we was told that we wasn't gonna get no hoes from.
Like me and him talk about it all the time, like things that we like. Like I straight up like I love wrestling. I love pro wrestling.
You got shamed out of that too.
Hell no.
Or you still?
Well, it's because like
every nigga goes through that. Well, except you. Every nigga goes through that wrestling phase.
Yeah, I
only thing I
look at you like.
Only thing I
told you I always blame Richard Vu.
Only thing I don't miss about wrestling is my love for white women died right there, and I'm glad that happened. Like right there, when I started watching wrestling, the like for white women went right there with it. And aesthetic, I never liking all that type. I'm about to say because that was all they showed. Like you got more dose of that shit.
I'm about to say yeah, Jacqueline.
But they wasn't promoting her like that.
They wasn't promoting her like that, even though she had the championship.
Still, even when they brought in like more black women, like
and she used to pop a titty in now and then. I was like, yeah, it was pretty interesting.
That's a titty.
Yeah, they were huge. I was like, God damn.
But yeah, like you get shamed out of
Look, I used to tell my grandma, hey, don't come here. Don't come here. Well, she like, what you watching? Wrestling Zone.
Jesus Christ. What else we got, man? Oh, we were talking about Trouble a little bit, bro. The details that's coming out about that, bro. That shit is wild. Like, I know a lot of there's a lot of men that's mad at the woman for like having trouble over there after a week after a breakup. But the onus is on the dude that did the shit. Like, dog, that shit ain't worth it, dog. If a woman don't want you, dog, it's over with.
Yeah, why you there?
Why you break in?
That's basically what happened.
How does her fault he broke in?
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it now, trouble's gone. Dude's gonna do forever in jail. Mm-hmm. And she gonna be out living with whatever consequences that she hold, or the responsibility she feel like she holds, but still gonna be able to do whatever the fuck she want to do.
Yep.
And gonna be out here living her life like it's motherfucking golden. Mm-hmm. Cause guess what? She gonna get interview requests for this shit.
So yeah.
She gonna make a lot of money off this shit though.
Like, she gonna give a lot of tears. Oh, I really care for her.
Hopefully she don't start a podcast or, a line of wigs or some shit like that.
Oh, no, like, she definitely gonna like, promote something.
On the podcast.
She gonna promote something. She got to.
My first single from...
She gonna profit off the pain, man.
Profit is pain.
Yeah, it is.
For the most part.
So.
Because we about to talk about some shit that's obviously painful that I ain't gonna be able to profit from it. But maybe unless I go viral or some shit like that. But shit, the way I cut my beard off, shit got me look like a fucking librarian named Donald and shit. That's why I got this hat on. To kind of throw that shit off a little bit.
Say,
but it's rough.
I just ain't got no haircut.
But some shit that just, well, two more things because I know you got to get ready to go. We're going to make this one short, then we're going to finish up strong on the deep dive. The treatment of Michael B. Jordan has been disgusting this week. Why Chase
posted that video?
Yeah,
because it showed it to my feed only because, of course, like I follow the Warriors as well.
I was watching the game,
so I was like, so they showed that. I was like,
what? I was watching the game. I was like, oh shit, Michael B. Jordan. That's it. I just kind of.
That's how I was like, oh shit.
I didn't realize like he had even did that until I saw like the little clip.
Then I was like, oh shit, Corday sent himself. Oh. That's pretty much how I thought about that shit. But then social media got a hold to it, found out him and Lori broke up. Like, dog, Michael B. Jordan at that basketball game looked like I did during my depression. Like, I'm just places I do not want to be. Just like, there.
But Corday was saying that he asked him for the ticket.
He needed somebody to go with.
Yeah, Corday was Corday. Like Michael B. Jordan asked Corday.
I thought it was the other way around.
That's how he said it.
He said Mike hit me up and was like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket.
Yeah,
you want to go?"
So I was like, "Of course."
I probably
that didn't make it worse. I have an extra ticket. Like,
but you know what's crazy though?
You know who's supposed to go with me?
You can't. You
probably
can't,
like my manager told me I need to go to this game.
You can't not miss that game. Yeah. One, you probably played a nice little grip for them tickets.
Well, he's in the. I'm sure the NBA. He's obligated to be there because he's been in those NBA commercials.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for the top 75 team.
So yeah, he was obligated to be there.
You know what I'm saying? So you
I'm only here so I can't find.
Look, but Dirk and Jessica were busy, so they couldn't make it.
But if you not go, that probably can cost you some money.
Yeah.
So it's costing him either way, and it's like, bro, he's like, fuck, man. And the game was a blowout, so it ain't nothing to be excited about. Yeah. It's like, bro, do I gotta stay for this shit? Like, let me go talk to E40 or something.
Yeah, I would be hitting man. Like, so how long do I gotta? Can I leave after halftime? Can at least get to three quarters?
Can this be a walkthrough? Like
for real,
a club walkthrough for my dog. But this shit was wild. Like I've never seen like people like. Well, I have seen it because I've seen the shit all the time. Like niggas was happy this nigga was sad for some reason. Like bro, like this shit don't make no sense. Like and that kind of also because I know you went to therapy today, right? Mm-hmm. It kind of pushes the thought process that I've been having for quite some time. Is the conversation on mental health is a joke. Unless everybody's extended the same grace. Mental health cannot be extended to the grace to the people that you like. Everybody deserves that exact same grace. Yep. If we're gonna have a true discussion on mental health.
Yeah.
Like Shad can't come in here and be like, oh, Josh say going through some shit, man, that nigga faking this shit. But then when it's his turn, be like, man, I gotta empathize with you. Like, nah. Like extend my man's the same grace that you would want extended for yourself. I know you won't say no.
I'm about to say I'm like we literally will like before his therapy session. I'm like,
because like people,
so what's up? Like
because people will say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of even going back earlier to the whole shooting thing. I was thinking about because I know like Shad's not really a fan of like the Joe Budden, but I was thinking about how like niggas like Joe Budden, like yeah, he has a kid, so like he got emotions and stuff when it comes to like the Uvalde shooting and everything. Like, yeah, I was like, you can't dog like a guy like him or something just because you don't like him personally, like because of all that stuff. Like, no, like, but when it comes to like an event or where he's like, no. A shooting like that really hits me. You can't just be like, oh no, it's fucking Joe Budden. No,
yeah, like
because I was like, I've seen niggas get on him about that. Like, oh, like no, take all the extra shit about, like,
yeah, take the bombasticness of shit. Like,
this you do have to think in the perspective of, like I always say, about when people aren't concerned until it affects them. I was like, no, you're supposed to think to prevent this. You don't want to go to your child's funeral and they're like, hey. Young child.
Shit, you don't want to go to your parents' funeral.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, I'm glad I was extended all the grace that I needed during my times. Because, like, y'all know me. Like, y'all probably ain't never seen me, like, down. Like, my homies seen that shit, and they was damn near running up here almost every week to try to, keep me.
Yeah.
Like, my sisters even, that's why they planned a surprise party for my ass. Because they was like, yeah, we noticed that you wouldn't. The same, I was like, yeah, I'm fucked up out here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared to admit that shit to nobody. Like, I'm fucked up. But if you just seen my demeanor, you already knew, like, and that's why Mark out there, he was like, man, you ain't been around in a while. Then I told him everything. He was like, I get it. But, like, you got to extend grace to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, like, we're talking real, if somebody come, like Ben Simmons, when Ben Simmons said, yo, this shit is fucking with my mental health.
Yep.
Niggas said, you weak. You pathetic.
You need to get back on the court.
You need to get back out there.
I don't believe it.
You can't handle feeling pressure.
Lying.
But then somebody else comes out who is, a star of the biggest or bigger magnitude. Like, yo, they did the same thing to Naomi Osaka. They did the same thing to Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as somebody else come out and say, hey man, I gotta work on my mental health, like, we should give them space. We should give them time. Like, nah, dog. I want that same
energy.
That same shit you just gave. Mm-hmm. Extend motherfuckers' graces.
Yeah.
That's all motherfuckers really be wanting.
Cause like at first I was really mad at Ben Simmons because he kept on like, I'm like, dude, why you even like showing up? I'm like, and then you flashy. I'm like, dog, dude.
That shit don't bother me.
It bothered me a slight. It bothered me slightly.
I'm gonna tell you why that don't bother me.
But then I really was like, the more I heard like what was going on, I was like, that is kind of depressing because half of you does want to be out there,
but you can't.
But you can't. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that sucks to think about.
And that flash shit don't bother me.
Then you really think like, yo, this is my dog, like my A1, and he talking about me, my coach talking about me, like that really like fucking nigga, like, oh shit, I really like y'all gonna be the two in my corner. And
what the conversation will be like? LeBron said, I need to take a couple weeks off to get my mental health straight. What do you think the conversation gonna be like?
It's gonna be a whole bunch of fake commercials and all type. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be it's gonna be a money ploy. He's like, how can I profit off of this? Like I said, profit off of pain.
I don't think he'd have vindictive.
I would hope.
I don't think so. But I think media would.
But he does like what was it? The Calm app and stuff like that.
I've seen him meditating like in between timeouts and stuff like that, which is great. Like that deep breathing shit really do set. That shit really do get you set right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least for a good minute, 2 minutes, just sitting in that space. That shit get you right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even our homie Low, he's talked about it on the podcast. Like, yo, I meditate. He's like, even if I had to like go in my closet and just sit in my closet just to get some alone time, I was like, what? He was like, no, it's like just to get that alone time away from like the wife and the kid and everything. Like, I'll go in the closet and just
that's what I
get like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, that shit get you right. Like real talk. I don't know what it is, but
y'all about to say drink water. I drink water in the morning. Go in that living room.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only downside.
No TVs, no nothing's on.
That's gonna be the only downside when I get a girlfriend. Got to get the water bottles out the bed. It's right there because I have a California king size bed, so it's just I only take up not even half of it.
Yeah.
So it's just me, 2 water bottles, and a book. It's right there.
Mine is the same way, except it's like just my like Xbox controller and my remotes.
Yeah, remote there too. Like when she comes, she gonna be like, "You need to do something with this shit." I'm like,
That's where the Xbox controller sleeps.
Hey, you in their space.
You mess with him.
And I'm just a wild sleeper, so it's like I can start off at the top, but then I can wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like to the side, or it's like my pillows be on the.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm a wild sleeper.
Shit. not a wild sleep.
Luckily, my body like just knows. Like when I'm in bed with somebody else, my body just knows like not to move.
There's somebody right there.
It's just that off arm when they lay on you. It's an off arm you don't know what to do with. They just be out here, just be doing shit. Just that off arm.
But my arm's dead.
The cuff arm is cool, but it's that. Damn, you got a big ass head. Get off my arm.
I'm about to say, like, my arm done went numb. I was like,
being that bitch trying to fix some shit. Like you,
I was like you 10 pounds for 4 hours.
Right, I remember
weighing in on me now.
I remember when the ex, the first time I saw it, she was like, that next day, asked, your arm all right? I'm like, oh no, it was cool. It was cool.
Probably was
like, now that you mention it,
I can't feel it.
I can't feel my fucking hands.
It's like when you moved and I was able to get my arm out, I was like, oh my God.
I feel like be feeling like Kadeem Hardison in fucking Vampire in Brooklyn before his shit fell off. Just doing that shit right there. But but on some more serious note, then we're gonna wrap up here because I gotta get Josh the fuck up out of here so he won't miss work or be late. I don't know how many points you got on your. I don't know how many times you've been late, and I don't know how many points you got. So I don't want to be responsible for that. Since the last time we talked, which was a week ago.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson has had 2 more accusers come out.
Yep.
I was like, oh
man. And it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
And worse as the days go by.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talked, it was 23 women. We kind of got like a full detailed. It was 23 women plus the real sports piece. I don't know if y'all seen that or not.
No, I haven't seen it.
Go check that shit out when you get a chance. It's on HBO Max. That shit is wild. So the 24th woman come out. We really don't get like a kind of got like the same backstory. 25th woman comes out, and also what drops is a New York. Is it the Times or the Post? Times.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, Post be on some fuck shit.
I'm about to say Post. I mean, that 25th woman probably doesn't even exist.
Yeah, the Times put out an article where the 25th woman details exactly what happens. The nigga, he went to her twice. The first time he went, he got up mid-session, left because he got a phone call. Second time he came back, she started massaging him, and just like the rest of these stories go, the nigga started just beating off right there in front of her, aggressively, as she said. And he let one go, like Dave Chappelle talked about on For What It's Worth.
Yeah.
Just let it ride. And it got on her, facing on her clothes. Dude cashed up 150 bones and got the fuck up out of there. From what she's saying.
I'm like.
Also, it comes out that the Texans provided him NDAs. And also provided him a hotel room at a known Houston hotel to actually get massages.
Oh wow.
So the shit is getting worse. And it's been 6. He contacted and got massages. Well, I know he contacted 66 women in the span of 17 months. Damn. Dog.
He was running through all the Houston masseuses. Like,
the wild part about it is, he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He's Deshaun, bro. Like, it's only been probably 5 athletes in Houston probably with a bigger name to him. Maybe 7 people in total. Hakeem.
I was just about to say Hakeem.
James Harden.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Can't even think of no Astros players that was over him.
Me neither.
If you think, even when they won the Super Bowl, the World Series, still can't think of nobody that was bigger than Deshaun Watson. If like we bring it in.
Like Altuve, I ain't them.
And if we bring it in non-athletes, Travis Scott, Drake.
Of course, the Knowles family.
The Knowles, Trey, maybe.
Trey, maybe. Would you say like Flippin' Paul?
Bun.
No.
Bun, even though he's from Houston.
Yeah.
Port Austin. Yeah.
Scarface.
Jay Prince.
I'm about to say Scarface.
Scarface. That's basically he was in the top 10, 15 people.
That people knew in that city.
Mm-hmm.
Warren Moon, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, throw back Warren Moon. But you get my point though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, bro, you ain't got to do all that. If you want to smash, just say you want to smash. It's easier to just come out and say, hey, I'm trying to kick it, what's up? then okay, because bro, you also spending them way more money than you probably would have to. Because you Deshaun Watson, I'm pretty sure you can get in some free places in Houston. Nobody will say a fucking word.
Yep.
Like, duh. Bare minimum. I don't know if all these women. Look. It's hard to have this conversation, right? Because they trying to tell black man conversations will come up in your group chats. A lot of people thought that in the beginning because he wanted to be traded from Houston, right? But then, then the lawyer, Tony Busby, who took on these cases, was the only one that was representing all these women. Me personally, I even said on this podcast, I thought it was going to die down because of what happened with Astroworld. Because Tony Busby took on all of those cases for people that were suing at Astroworld. So I thought it was because he going to get put on the back burner. He gets traded because Houston said that there wasn't enough evidence. Houston PD said there wasn't enough evidence to charge him with anything criminally. But civil court is way easier to prove than criminal. That's the only thing that's working for him right now. That none of this is criminal. But bare minimum, this nigga's a pervert bare minimum.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That shit is not illegal until you act on it.
And that's just what I'm about to say. Like, he hasn't forced himself. Allegedly enforced himself on nobody.
But you can't just randomly start jacking off in front of nobody.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Yeah. If I'm Cleveland, I'm trying to, hey, can we reverse everything that we just did with this?
And that's the conversation that they have now. Would Cleveland be able to get out of it? And Cleveland looks even worse by saying we did our due diligence. Like that.
They told us. I don't.
Now we got Baker Mayfield ready. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened with that nigga. I still ain't playing for y'all no more.
So now what happened? Because he's gone for the year.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Like, that's why Baker's not going nowhere. Even though you probably should get rid of him, but at this point, is you gonna go?
Yeah, it's pretty much why like he requested a trade, and they said nah.
Yeah, because I saw earlier
we gotta
today.
let this play out.
Yeah, because I saw earlier today they giving him mandatory minicamp off.
Yeah. Are you really and truly gonna be, emboldened to Jacoby Brissett for a year?
Sure not.
Nah.
Bad enough they still trying to think about what they finna do.
He had his 1 year with the Patriots. Yeah. That was it.
So now what do you do? As a man, Deshaun, what do you do? Because clearly somebody's lying in this situation. Either you or them.
He's in denial for real. Because I'm like, dang, bro.
Dog, because
ain't no way you just like continue like football, and there's like.
And one thing that people
what about these allegations?
I think Lo was great for when we had this discussion about when I first came back in January. Me and Lo had the conversation about Trey Songz, and it was like, you ain't got to believe these girls, right? Or you can't believe these girls. But one thing that the courts are doing, whether they go criminal or civil, is establishing a pattern that this nigga got.
Yeah.
Like, you did the same MO. Follow these girls on Instagram, hit them up, you need a massage, somewhere between, you know what I'm saying, getting oiled up or rubbed down, you decide to pull your dick out. Or you let them rub on you to the point where you got hard, and you either ask them to touch it, did one of them slick moves and just put it on their hand, or you in this case, start jacking off in front of them. Like, dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it to you like this. If you heard this, let's just take Deshaun Watson's name off this, right? You heard this shit and you heard it was me.
I'm like, man, you a wild nigga, boy.
What would the conversation be?
I'm going to be real. Yeah. My ass wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I was like,
this nigga.
Y'all sitting here with me.
I was like,
and then this shit drop about like, yo.
I was like.
I hit up 66 women on Instagram trying to get a massage. And then I got paper trail of Cash App.
Like, my boy.
66 Cash App.
You got a problem. I was like, it'd be a whole different conversation.
But even if y'all know me, y'all will be like, yeah. We might not need to let him do no more episodes that for a while. Let's see
Big creep vibes. I see this going to Fox 4 for real.
And then you start looking like, that nigga cut his beard off, dog. He might be one of them niggas, man. But Deshaun gets benefit of the doubt. Why? We don't know him. What if, like, somebody made an interesting point, like, what if it comes back from this was happening at Clemson? and they kept it under wraps. Because we know at one point LSU had the same goddamn problem.
Yep.
When Darius Geis was there, who ultimately ended up getting arrested or convicted or going to, I know he got arrested for sure. I don't know if he had a day in court, but got arrested for sexual assault and or rape.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, this nigga is somewhere between a Fondler and Darren Sharper. I just don't know where to put him.
Nah, he ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah, I was like,
he a wild boy, dog. Like, it ain't exactly.
Nah, you just some things you just can't advocate.
25.
You just can't advocate, bro.
25, bro. If it was one or two women, you can say, lover scorn, trying to get some money in that situation.
But nah, this is like a pure on like.
But 25, and this is not
problem.
Like, this ain't Cosby like when it was 30, 40 years ago. This is dating back to 2019.
Mm-hmm. This is a span. Yeah, you said it was a span. What, 19 months?
17.
17 months. Come on, that's a problem.
Bro, we was in a pandemic for most of that.
That mean, yeah.
I'm talking about lockdown type.
But as a person that's gotten massages, that's the last.
You're like, I'll wear my mask. I just need you to come.
Thinking, like for real, that's the last thing I'm thinking about. Like when they say turn around, I'm like, showtime. Like I'm not thinking about like that.
And his lawyer gonna come in and say, "Yo, happy endings ain't illegal." Nigga, yes they are.
Yes they are. I'm about to say like
he said when you pay for it, nigga, that's how you get a happy endings. You pay
That's
extra, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? What kind of goofy ass shit is that, dog?
Like, hey, in all honesty, Shad knows somebody tried to get me. He was like, hey, if you really gonna go through with it,
if you really gonna go through with it, it's a question you gotta ask, man.
My nigga got hove hair. But yeah, man, I don't know exactly how this gonna unfold for him off the field. Because he's never getting his name back.
Yeah.
He can donate all his Cleveland contract to all the women's causes. Not gonna happen, dog.
Yeah,
you
it's
fucked
not gonna
yourself
matter.
over.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Nike, all these other deals gonna have to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we want to be in the Deshaun business?
You already know where I'm going with this. If they did it to Bean, they gonna do it to him.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Bean missed out on MVPs because of that shit.
Yep.
And a Super Bowl might make some motherfuckers forget this. Might. But you could be like a Kobe situation. As soon as he die, it comes up again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Roethlisberger was able to escape it because he won another Super Bowl, didn't he?
And the other reason is
he on that spectrum too, from a fond of little Darren Sharp.
Nah, he was definitely, because that fool was going to parties. Mm-mm. Like he was literally just showing up as Big Ben, and then he go do that. Like that's nasty. Yeah, that's nasty. He was going across the country doing that shit. That's nasty.
It is.
But another reason was because Ben is white. I was trying so hard not to say it, but I'm like, let me just go ahead and say it.
You got to say it.
I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
That's why I was like,
I was like, he white. I was like,
yeah.
Like I said, my boy Thomas Edward Brady could be wilding. Matter of fact, he was drunk. He was drunk as hell, running around the streets. Nobody said, everybody's like,
cool.
Woo! And like, that was
I'm cool with a nigga getting a public intox instead of,
But I'm just saying, like, if it was more stuff that happened, everybody in my like, but it's Tom.
Yep.
You know all those rings, and then they let it go.
Yeah, dog. Skip would have been that nigga.
He wouldn't do Giselle like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Murder? He don't know anybody for murder. I've known him for 30 minutes. He wouldn't hurt a soul.
I'm like, man, for Santa Clara, he from the bank. Now I'm playing.
He bought all of us shots the other day.
He got liable for anything.
Some guilty ass shots, wasn't it? But yeah, man, let me get y'all boys up out of here, man. I give everybody the socials where to follow y'all and all that good stuff.
All right, you can follow us at Shad vs. Smilez on Twitter and Instagram, SHADVS SMILEZ. You can follow my personal Instagram, JWSMILEZ, and also my side pod music, Impulse, MUSICMPULSE. And then you can follow Shad at Shad Miller on Instagram. And then also you can follow his No Shoe Plug at No Shoe Plug, and then also follow the main brand at The Uncool Urban. THEUNCOOLURBAN.
Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate y'all brothers for coming on this good Wednesday night. It's probably gonna be out tomorrow.
Okay.
I really be having shit to do. Even though we complain about a lot of shit, like we was talking about last week, how we all like mom and pop and shit like that. I really ain't got shit to do. But it's probably out tomorrow. Thank everybody for continuously listening. Thank y'all boys for even giving me a pulpit to box out of.
Oh yeah, for
when,
sure.
When I need it. And
man, we gonna be here for you.
Congrats to y'all new partnership with Inaudible Ruckus.
Yeah.
My folks over there. I gotta get some merch. I got some money now, so I can start buying merch. I can start buying merch from it.
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah, E-Ray just dropped
some.
The bench fucking chill merch.
Yeah,
ain't that put pressure on us?
It does.
That put pressure on us.
I mean, I got some personal.
And it's funny because people been waiting for like years.
I got some personal shit that I'm working on for myself.
Okay.
Like, you know how you think of some shit that you want to put it on a shirt? I got that. I'm gonna tell everybody. I am gonna get that get Cole put on the shirt from the Olympics in 2012. He like this, like Katie in the back and all that. I'm gonna get that shit on the sweater.
I need that.
I got you. But yeah, this has been another episode of Inebriated Genius Podcast. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Yeah.
What are we in recording? Nothing that whole time.
I'll be like.